So I'm going to increase the volume for you to hear what the sound under it was. Okay, great. So that was it. Let me just pause that and minimize. And so get started quickly with it. I'm going to make the files available for you guys to be able to look at. So you can, I'll make a copy of it. You can then look around, click things, and look at how it was made. So for context, I'll just play it here so you can see that it was entirely done in Canva. Okay, so the core of this class is basically on how this transition was done, where we had every one of the people who are speakers at the event, and then how it went into one, then into the second, as though it's bringing them up and fading and blurring out the other people, still keeping their positions intact. You can see that movement, as though the camera is going up and down, looking at faces and showing their names. That will be the main focus. I will explain every other thing as we go, and it should be fun and easy from there. So I've created a video document for a mobile video. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go to design so that I don't waste time in designing from scratch. I'm going to look for a template that works for what we want to do, something simple. So I'm going to press enter. All I typed and pasted was business webinar online. I think I will just work with this. It's simple enough for us to follow along. So bringing it in automatically, the video file that I created makes this become animated. So when I click on play, it automatically animates everything. We don't want this animated. What we want to do first of all is download this as a JPEG. However, if we download it as a JPEG, we won't be able to do what we wanted to do. So before we go on, we'll just delete this name, these two people and their names. Sorry. Delete. I can bring all this down a little bit. Yeah. Then we can now look for our own images of executives. So let me type executive. Yeah. We're looking for single images. So we can start with this man, remove the background, and crop it to just the area of his body. So bring in this lady. I think we can make do with 4. And I'm going to reduce the size of that also. It's about this area. And remove background. While that is removing, I'll go and look for another picture. Shouldn't take forever. I'm going to put this aside and wait for the other one to finish tracing. Okay, it has removed the background. Let's move that out of the way. Then remove the background for this also, and one more picture. Okay, I'm looking for another image. Maybe we'll go with this background remover. Okay, so let me zoom close. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure that at least they have almost the same range of their body showing, and crop off unwanted areas. So for this woman, it will be somewhere here. Increase the size of that. Just make it tidy enough for what you want to do. And the same for this man here. So we'll be giving them random names when we're doing the work. But for now, what I'm going to do is try to arrange them in a way that they fill this screen area. I'll send this to the back. I'll bring this forward and arrange this in a way like this. So and then I'll select all 4 of them, holding my shift and clicking on them one by one. I'm going to increase the size. Let me zoom out. All right, click and bring this entire group to the front. Bring it forward. Bring to front, layer. Bring to front. Okay, let's reduce it a little bit and crop them a bit more so that you can fill that space and not cover this information here. So crop this a little more, crop this a little more. Sorry. And I'll select holding my shift and click on each, then bring them down. I want to hide them such that I'm not seeing the open space here in between them. So that's the way I want to arrange them. In that case, I may have to make some bigger than the other. I may have to reveal more of this also, and more of this man also. Okay. Okay, so I think we are good at this point. I'm going to select them again and just make sure that they are central. Like this. I think this is fine. So next will be, then we'll download this as a JPEG first. Excuse me, give me a second. Very hot. Okay. Yeah, so next will be me downloading this as a JPEG. So I'll go to share, come to download. I'll just change it to JPEG, and I think somewhere around here is fine. And download it.
So please,
What is what?
what are you downloading, sir?
This work that we've done so far as JPEG, not as video. You would understand why as we go on. Because we're gonna need it for the very first page, like you saw in this one. The only way you can apply this effect is when you're working with an image. This effect, this ink blot effect. So after doing the design, then you download it. So in the case of this one, what happened is that somebody had already done the design, so it was just brought in here as a JPEG. So it's done, it's ready, and then we'll create a new page and upload. Excuse me. Go to upload file, and my download. I'll find it here. Oh, we downloaded as MP4. Oh, what a mistake. We're supposed to download as JPEG. Sorry. JPEG. And bring down the resolution. And just page 1 is what we want. and click download. Okay. Okay, so it's done downloading. So I'll go back to my uploads, and this is the JPEG. So this is the JPEG here. Go to our second page, and while still uploading, we can bring it in, and while that is ongoing, I can bring this first page to become second by clicking here and dragging it across to the other side, or doing the same for the first one to the other side. Either ways. So now we have our image in the first one, the first slide, and we have our video on the second one. So on this second one, we may want to do away with some things so that it looks different a bit from the first. So can increase this logo a little bit. We can select all these guys and increase them also a little bit more. And we can also get rid of this, and say we want to change this also. So select all that's there and say meet the speakers. So we can make this a bit bigger and bring it to the front. Also select all the text and increase the size until it fills the space, in 2 lines. Okay, so the first page now should have everything ready uploaded. So what we'll do here is we'll bring this.
I think it's sorry, you think your class is difficult to follow you while you're doing it.
So the class is being recorded. Don't worry yourself about that. You can always go back on it. You understand? And that's because if we go too slow, some people may also get weary. So, but it's always easier when you have the recording on the channel. You should have that by tomorrow. By the end of this class, by tomorrow, you should have it ready there. So this is the JPEG that we've gone back to now, and I've increased it to fill the size of the work area. So next we'll come back here, and we want to start doing what we see in this on this page here. So we have all of them pop up first like this, and then we now begin to have them one by one. So let's go back to our own work. So we'll select all of them together and go to animate, and we'll look for rise. I'm looking for rise. For some reason, network is not letting all these things look okay. Very good. Or baseline, I think baseline also works. So baseline, I've selected all the pictures. So once I click on baseline, it affects all of them. So you can take your playhead back and scrub to see how they come up one after the other, or just simply click the play button, and then that's it. But I don't want it to apply to this one. So I'm going to go to animate. I haven't clicked on this, and I'll remove animation for this one so that it doesn't animate anything there. I also do the same for this background. Remove animation. I don't want animation for it. I also don't want any animation for this blue background. So let me play that all together now. So we have our banner first of the image that we brought in. Then next, our logo and the people. So we can say we want to change the effect on the logo to the animation effect to, let's say, something like this, and then animate something like this. Then for this main one, which is the symbol of the logo, we can use a pop effect or something else. Let's see. Okay, I think this is good. I can reduce the timing so that it comes in a little bit slow. Yeah. Can increase the size a little bit also. So we're good now. So we're going to reduce this. If you take a look at where my mouse is now at the bottom, when I place my mouse on each of the pages, it gives me a sense of how long they are. So if you look at this one now, at this point, it says 5 seconds. 5 seconds is actually pretty much if you watch. We're just saying this for a long time. That's quite long. So we're going to reduce that by dragging this handle here. So maybe like 3 seconds or 2 point something. It's fine. So if you watch that now, it doesn't take too long, and then we move on. So now to have that ink blot effect, we'll come back to the page one, click on this entire image and go to animate also. And here it is, ink blot. So if I place my mouse on it, it's supposed to preview. So, and then there are 4 variations of how that ink blot can be affected, on your image. So I think I prefer either this last one or this first one. So, and you can apply it, is it only when the image is coming in or when it is also going out? So in this case, if I say on enter, it means only when it plays first. It doesn't bother showing. The effect does not show when it is going to the next one. If I say on exit, the effect will only show when it is about to switch to another page. And if I say on both, that effect will happen at the beginning and then when it is going out also. So it all depends on what you're trying to achieve. But I will leave mine on enter. So, and then I'll give a transition. I'll change the transition in between them to something different. So to get the transition, I'll click on, put my mouse in the middle of the page here, and come to add transition. So I'll look for a transition that just suits my work very well. There is no one size fits all rule about it. It's up to you. So I think I want to use this. So let's play it together and see how far we've come. So the effect and everybody pops up. And I think the transition time is too fast. So let's reduce it because I noticed that we couldn't see how this guy popped up. So reduce the transition time and we'll play again. Yes, so we can see everybody now. So next will be to have individual pages for all of these people. And before we do that, I would advise that you select all these speakers on this second page. Select them and group them. Group. And you will see the reason why as we move along. So I'm going to select these speakers together with this blue background and everything at the top and make a copy and then go to the next page and paste it. But in this case, I don't want these logos showing. I don't want this logo text showing. So I'm going to increase the size of these guys a little more such that at least everybody is still being seen, even though it looks like I want to focus on one person per time. So or you know what, we don't even care, let's just scale it all the way so that it's showing us one face per time. Since we've grouped it, they will be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to apply a blur effect to every face that is not the center of focus per time. And this is what I mean. Let's go back to the first video that was our example. You will notice that when it moves, after these people pop up, you see that every face, there's a face down here, there's a face behind him, they are blurred out. When you move to the next video, next page, it becomes blurred and goes to the left, and then the next one is around here, is blurred. The one that was in front of him is still here and blurred. So coming back here, we'll try to apply the same effect. So And the reason why I group them is because when things are in Canva and they go beyond the work area, like all the other two people that are not visible, you automatically lose them in Canva once they are not in view. So, but because I've grouped them now, if I go to position and I go to layers, I have them all still grouped together. So I've not lost them. So what I'll do is, before I go on, I'll do this, I'll repeat this same action of increasing and filling their faces one after the other for four instances, because there are 4 people, for 3 more instances in this case. So what I will do is click on this and do Ctrl D or Command D depending on what you're using. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So you have it 4 times. So you go to the first one, we've already done this. To the second one, we want to reveal this woman's face. To the third one, we want to reveal maybe this woman's face, or let's make it a bit dramatic. Let's reveal this man's face. And then the last one, we want to reveal this lady's face. So how do we now make them blurred, right? That's the next step. Go to the first one, click on this image, even though they are in a group, click on this image that is in view and go to edit, and from edit go to blur. For blur, you choose all image and then you increase the intensity of how much blur you want. I think this should be okay to keep us undistracted, to just see this man alone. And then we'll go to the next page, and in this case we'll click on this face, go to edit, go to blur, all image, increase the blur to about this amount, go back and click on this other one, and then edit, blur. Why is it not showing us the face? Let's go back. Excuse me. Something is not okay. So I think this should be it. Click on edit, go to blur, and then increase the intensity to about the same amount as you used for the previous one. And then let's wait on this first two so that we just give ourselves some sense of accomplishment of what we've done so far. And now let's play. So we need to reduce the timing of each of these. It's taking too long for them to show. So let's say 3 seconds each. I'm going to reduce them to all to 3 seconds each. And this one also 3 seconds. Another way to reduce your pages in number of seconds is when you click on the image, rather than do that click and drag that I was doing, you can come up here and just type in your value, or just type in your value, or use this slider. So I just say 3, enter, and automatically it does the same thing here. So in this case now, we're blurring every other thing but this man who is in our view. I'll hold command until I am able to click. I'm holding command to click what is behind him, or if it's difficult, I can move him out of the way and click again and again until I reach the woman behind him. Another way will be I can show him this way, go to the first page, click on one of those ones that I have made blur, and I'll copy the style, come to the second page and apply that style on her. Then I can bring him back into view. I can still having her clicked on, I'll click on the copy style again and go here and apply the same style to this man here. And then clicking on this still, I'll click on this style here, copy style here, and then apply it to this one on the side also. So now we have all four having that effect. So everybody who we want to be in focus is who is in focus. Why is this one sinking? Okay. Yeah. So now we need to add a transition in between them. You see, the reason why you have this happening from here, and then you see this sweet smooth flow, is because of one transition called match and move. And that's what we're going to apply all through. Once you can understand match and move, oh boy, where's our work? Okay. So once you can understand match and move, you can create this kind of smooth transition, not just for this kind of work, but for almost any other thing. And I think we should have classes on that maybe later on. So next will be, let me zoom this area so that we can see. Excuse me. So we can see in between. So I'm going to click on the in between of this images, of these pages rather, and I'll click the lower one which says add transition, and I'm going to add match and move. Now match and move, I'll do that also in between here, match and move, between here, match and move. So what match and move basically does, I think I've already applied here. What match and move basically does is that it understands what you have in a previous slide or page, and then tries to make it look as if there was a movement that happened to it when it gets into the next page, like as it changes a state. So let's play it so that we talk less. This takes a lot of time. We'll have to reduce it. So okay, seems one of them doesn't have a transition in between. Here, it's already there, match and move. There was one that did not animate properly. Trying to locate which one that is. Okay, before we go on, I'm going to reduce the timing here to something like this so that it doesn't take too much time. Let me play that again. Okay, I see. I just noticed something was wrong. It's like I used the wrong transition in one of these. I'm seeing something move. Okay, so from here, actually, in between here, there's supposed to be that transition also from the first set of pictures. They're supposed to use match and move. Yes, so that's it. That was what was missing. So when we play it now, we have it revealing, next page, next, yeah. And then you can now decide that this is how you want to show their names when they are revealed. From here, when this person shows up, I'll press T to create the text. And I'll add an effect to it so that we can see the name against the background. Change the background to white. And the text, I'll change to maybe blue. Can reduce the size of the name. Let's call him Tim. I want to align it to the left. And then you can increase the size. Tim Sheldon. Okay. And when this also shows, I want it to come in with some animation effect. So let's use a bit, something that is a bit sleek. That's too much. Let's see. Yes, I think. Yes, this is perfect. So the beautiful thing about this is that you don't have to repeat this work again. So I'll just copy this and I'll go to every page and paste. I think I want this woman to come up a bit more. And in this place, I'll change her name also. I'll copy this again, go to the next page. Let's reveal this guy this way. Paste. Okay, so his name is quite long. And then the last person. And now, when we play it all together again, we have our opening page. Everybody, Tim Sheldon, Anne Claire, Brown Walter, and Maggie Mark. And you can choose to do whatever you want at the end. So for instance, at the end, I can say I want to put up this logo and show this join now. So I'll copy that from here and go to the last page, reduce this timing. This is too long. So let's use this upper part. Reduce this to maybe 2 seconds. 2 should be okay. And then paste what we've copied. So in this case, we want to change the color of our logo to maybe the blue, and then our name to also our blue. And let's say register today with an exclamation. So in this case, we'll bring it to the center of the screen and this one a little bit under it. And we can add a transition here that sort of wraps up everything. I'm looking for something different. Yeah, maybe something that just fades to the end. And we can animate this also. Yes, okay, it already carries the animation it came with from the other page. And this one, I want to add maybe a flash to it, like a flicker. So let's look for, would that be pop? Yes. Pop is fine, but let's see, what does neon do? Neon is better. Neon gives you that effect of calling your attention. So I will increase the intensity of the neon. So now when we play everything together, we have this. I noticed something. This second page happened too fast. So we'll go back there and increase the timing. I think it's too fast. It's not letting us see any of the pop-up. So when we play it now, reveal, pop-up, Sheldon, and Claire, Brown Walter, and finally Maggie Mark. Then see our logo and we say register today. Okay, so I still think this can show a bit slower. I don't know what everybody is showing at the same time. Let me ungroup them. That wasn't what we saw from the beginning. So let's see what happens now. Yes, much better. So the next would be for you to look for a music that matches what you're trying to do, and you can add it. And that's one of the beautiful things about Canva. So I'll clear this and click in my search here. Go to music, which is audio in this case, and I'll look for something that is upbeat, corporate. Yes, try each sound and hear what they sound like. Okay, let's see another one. Okay, I think I prefer this. So I'll bring my playhead to the beginning and click on this summer. And I'm going to play it at full screen to see. Yeah. So, however, the music starts too sudden and it ends too sudden. So I'm going to double click in here to give me the chance. That's where the audio is, to give me the chance to drag. If you notice, there is a silence from here to this point, and that's why the song starts suddenly. So I'm going to bring this close here. I don't have control because the video is shorter, way shorter than the audio, but I like the sound of the audio. So what I will do is I'll fade it in so that it starts gradually, and then I'll fade it out so that it ends slowly. So to do that, click on the audio, go to fade in, maybe to something around 3.6, and then fade it out something around 4. Just listen to it and see how it sounds. So so it doesn't end suddenly on you. Another trick I usually use is many songs, they always have a way that originally the way they were produced, they make them fade out easily. So I'll double click on the audio and drag until I see the end of that music. Because if it already comes with that fade out from where it was recorded, it may sound way better. So I'm dragging until I see the end. And sometimes by the time you get to that point where I'm looking for, you now see that the music may even sound a bit different, which I'm suspecting from the way this thing looks here. You will notice that this is fading out already by itself naturally. So I can just play it again and see. You see that it already comes with the fade out. So what we now do now is go back to where we did the fade and remove it, since it already comes with its own fade, and I can add some more fade in. So I'll play it one last time. See that? Smooth. So next will be, you come to download, choose the format which it should be, video, and then increase the quality as you want and download. I'm going to make this file available for you to work with, including the original one also. I'll share it to everyone on the group. I don't know if there are questions at this point, because it seems we covered all we needed to cover in good time. I'll just leave like 2 to 5 minutes if there are questions or if there are comments. Okay, so it seems everybody enjoyed the class. That's interesting.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Jane. Good evening.
Thank you so much. I've learned a whole lot.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Just
Although
yeah, go on.
I have a question. Is it possible to like reduce the sound apart from the fade in and fade out?
Yes, so let's do that. Thank you for that question. So come to volume. Make sure you're clicked on the sound. Then come to this volume. You can increase it or reduce it. At the moment, it's even low, so I can further reduce it. And then you can try it out. As you are doing that, you can try it out. Let's go to the loudest, the most active part of the music. Let's see what it sounds like at this point. So let's see if this actually works. Let's bring it down. definitely works. So another thing you'll notice is that when I did that, keep your eyes on how this this waveform of the audio, see what it looks like when I increase it. Just keep your eye below. Can you see that? Can you see that change?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So it tells you how much you are revealing or how much you are reducing or increasing rather for the volume. Thank you. That was an important question. So our video is downloaded. I can also go to my upload, or in my system anywhere on my PC, share it. But I can also upload it into Canva. This is it here. I can also upload it to Canva to reuse some other time, or for some other reasons I want to take a part of the video to use. So that's how beautiful it is to work in Canva. I work in Canva every day. I'm a designer and I work in Canva every day. I'm a senior designer actually. And people still wonder why I still use Canva, because it looks like a beginner's kind of app, if I can put it that way, but it gets my job done more easily without clutter or long journey of doing stuff. If you've watched a series of our previous classes, you'll see how I've demoed the usefulness and how powerful and effective Canva is, even compared to some of these big names out there. I'm not using this to discourage you from learning other softwares. In fact, you should as much as you can. But if you want to get anything done design-wise, you can still do it in Canva. Maybe one class will come where I'll showcase more of my stuff that I've done in Canva. I think this is about the only class I've not shown my Canva works. Okay, let me see. Do I have that Behance saved? Yeah. Let me just show you a few of the things I've done in Canva. So on the group, I'll drop a link to this website, and then you can go in one after the other and see some of the things that have been done in Canva. This first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are videos. They are videos, so you can click them to see how smooth and easy or sleek some of the works in Canva that I've done are. And you'll enjoy it. So I also offer classes for whoever is interested in taking the interest in Canva beyond just surface level. So you can always chat me up personally on either the Telegram link. I'll put it in the description, and I'll put it on the group for those that are on the group. You can always reach out to me. What we do typically is that people who are interested, take them from whatever level they are in to the level they are interested in going to. Not necessarily making a designer of them, because if that is not the aim. So typically I just define or design a curriculum that suits their own need, having had a conversation with them, and then we tailor it to whatever they want. And in about a month or a month plus, you're good to go. So you can always reach out to me. And thank you guys for coming. If there are no further questions, I think it's a good time to draw the curtain. Thank you guys. For those who came in a bit late, you would see the video link shared tomorrow, and you can always rewatch and go over it. Again, my handle.
Right.
Okay, sorry, somebody's talking.
No, I was responding to, because I was one of those who came late anyway.
Okay. Oh, okay. That sounds like Aditola, right? I know that voice. Okay, so for those who don't know, once you get to YouTube, just type the CANVA Geek in your browser and you'll find me. So this is my handle on all platforms. Thank you guys for coming around. I'm happy that you learned a thing or two. I like to see what you do. I'll share this also, like I said, as a template file for everybody, so you can try your hands on it rather. All right, thank you very much. Have a great night. Hope you guys enjoyed your Workers' Day holiday. All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.